What's up, YouTube? This is Bison X79. Alright, Banlist week is continuing, and we're going to be analyzing the top 3 meta decks of this format to see whether or not there are going to be cards that are going to be limited, semied, or straight up banned going forward. Okay, so first up, we're going to do is we're going to be focusing on Sky Strikers. Alright, now, over in OCG limited Sky Striker Kagari, they semi-limited Sky Striker Mobilize Engage, they semi-limited Sky Striker Mecha Widow Anchor. Okay. Now, personally, I think a lot of players over here would love to turn around and see that happen. It's fair hits. It won't really kill the deck, just considering that the deck is still one of the top decks over in OCG as well. Only issue is right here, this card. Sky Striker Mobilize Engage. It was recently announced in Battles of Legend Heroes Revenge as one of the reprints, so I severely doubt that Konami is going to do something to this card. We haven't gotten any of the other reprints announced yet, because I know a lot of the Sky Striker stuff hasn't been reprinted. I think Kagari and Shizuku have been reprinted as Ultimates in the OTS packs, but this is the first time all the other stuff is going to be it might be reprinted. So I'm not sure if we're going to be seeing more Sky Striker stuff in Heroes Revenge. But there is one other card that I think that might be a sleeper that some people might be overlooking for this ban list, and that's this card right here. Sky Striker Mecha Modules Multi-Roll. Alright, so once per turn you can target one other card you control, send that card to the graveyard. Also, your opponent cannot activate cards or effects in response to your spell card activations for the rest of this turn. And that's even if this card leaves the field. Alright, essentially that one clause right there, even though it was once per turn, it's still enough for the Sky Striker player to break through boards. I've seen players trying to utilize the artifact engine to stop Sky Strikers to go from extending into the extra deck, and it does do that. Only problem is that Mecha Modules and the rest of the Sky Striker cards basically were the outs to that particular play. They were able to destroy the Scythe with Afterburner. And then on the next turn, they were able actually to special summon it using Shark Cannon to stop their opponent from going into their extra deck. This is a you cannot play style Yu-Gi-Oh card because your opponent can't respond to the activation of his spell cards, and that's not just Sky Striker spells, it's any spell card you activate, which is just horrid. I would actually think this is the sleeper for actually picking up some sort of hit. I'm leaning more towards it going to 0. Taking the fact that this card can turn all spell cards into spell speed 4s, and the fact that it gives the deck so much recursion, I think this hit would be the smartest hit. This way, Konami can actually reprint stuff like Widow Anchor and Mobilize Engage in the next Battle of Legends set, and the deck will still probably be able to function. Alright, next deck. Okay, Salamangrades. Now, Salamangrades, a lot of the cards were just recently released in the recent structure deck. So, I wouldn't be surprised if the majority of the cards aren't going to wind up being touched. I think it's going to be more fringe hits at best. Flame Buffalo is one of them. Flame Buffalo and I think Lady Debug here have been around since the last, I think, structure deck, if memory serves me correctly, for Cybers. Lady Debug is basically your Stratos for a deck, allowing you to search out any type of Cyber monster you want from your deck to your hand whenever it's summoned. And then Flame Buffalo, level 3, Fire Ray Tribute. If this face-up card leaves the field, You discard one Cyberse monster, and if you do draw 2 cards, it has such a great synergy with Solomon Grades. It gives the deck a whole lot more consistency. So it's something to really think about. Alright, I'm not sure if any of these cards are going to wind up being hit, primarily, especially Lady Debug, because he's kind of like punishing any other Cybers type deck that's coming out. I know we're getting a new Cybers archetype coming out in with the Rising Rampage set. So losing this card wouldn't be a good thing. And Flame Buffalo, maybe, maybe not. I mean, not sure. I mean, but these are mostly the two primary cards I would say that would need to be put in check if necessary. I don't think so. Alright. Going forward, we got Thunder Dragons. As you see, Colossus. Now, this is the only archetype card I think that might turn around and pick up it. I'm not turning around and saying it will, but I can see this thing being pushed onto the limit list, not being banned. I mean, the thing about it is that having multiple copies of Colossus on the field is extremely impressive and really forces the opponent or person playing against Thunder Dragons to have to go through so many different resources just to get rid of them. Okay? So having this thing at 1, not a bad idea. The other thing about the Thunder Dragons is that we're seeing a lot of dangers. Danger Nessie, Danger Jackalope, and Danger Tsukinoko. These 3 cards are basically the core of the Danger engine. Nessie, whenever it's discarded from your hand to the graveyard, you're adding a Danger card right from your deck to your hand at that moment. I can tell you right now, if this card was to search during the end phase, I think it'll be a little bit better balanced. Jackalope, special summoning from the deck, yeah, no. I mean, the last TCG exclusive archetype that we got that gave us a monster when it was sent to the graveyard, that special summoning from the deck, that card wound up getting limited, so I see that happening to Jackalope as well. Tsukinoko is another card that's been tossing around. It's basically a free body regardless whatever happens, whether it be discarded or the hunt is unsuccessful for your opponent. One way or another, you're getting the card monster on the board, so having that extra body on the board allows you to extend. So, plus, I would turn around and say probably maybe a limit, maybe semi-limited, I'm not really sure. Nessie, straight up ban, because you don't want to be able to see this card being sent to the graveyard, getting that search, and then your opponent extending even further. And the last thing that's also popping up in Thunder Dragons is because the Guard Dragon engine is being splashed in those decks is Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon. This card was just recently banned on the OCG list. And I can tell you right now, I can see this happening here in the TCG very easily. It's one of the old style cards. And it's being abused like crazy. It's not meant to work that fashion. I mean, the only way that Konami could potentially save it is if they reprint it in maybe either Dual Power or Battles of Legend with maybe a hard once per turn clause on it. I mean, that's the only way I could turn around and say they could save this card from being banned. And they could just keep it limited after that. But the way it is right now, yeah, it's going to get tagged. Alright, so guys, those are just my ideas on the 3 top meta decks for this format. Guys, based on what I've given you, let me know down in the comments below whether or not some of these choices are going to be seen on the upcoming TCG ban list. I'd love to hear your opinions about this. And guys, keep watching, because next video I'm going to be doing my predictions for what will be hit. And I hope you really enjoy it. So guys, until next time, peace!